Korea? Yes. Kosovo? Yes. Saudi Arabia? Yes. Kuwait? Kuwait? Yes. Democratic People's Republic of Laos? No. Latvia? Yes. Libya? No. Lebanon? No. Liechtenstein? No. Lithuania? Yes. Luxembourg? Yes. Macau? No. Morocco? No. Malaysia? No. Malawi? No. Republic of Moldova? Yes. Mexico? Yes. Mongolia? No. Former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia? No. Malta? Yes. Republic of Montenegro? No. Monaco? No. Mauritius? Yes. Mauritania? No. Myanmar? No. Namibia? Yes. Nicaragua? Nicaragua? It's a proxy, no? Okay. Nicaragua? No. Netherlands? Yes. Nepal? No. Norfolk Islands? No. Nigeria? Yes. Niger? No. Norway? Yes. New Zealand? Yes. Pakistan? Yes. Panama? Paraguay? Yes. Peru? Yes. Philippines? No. Palau? No. Papua New Guinea? No. Poland? Yes. Portugal? No. Democratic People's Republic of Korea? Yes. Puerto Rico? Yes. Qatar? No. Romania? Yes. South Africa? Yes. Russian Federation? Yes. Rwanda? No. Samoa? No. Senegal? Rwanda? Okay. Rwanda is present. Samoa? No. Senegal? No. Singapore? Yes. Sierra Leone? No. Slovenia? Yes. San Marino? Yes. Somalia? Yes. Serbia? Yes. Sri Lanka? No. Sudan? No. Switzerland? Yes. Suriname? Yes. Slovakia? Yes. Sweden? Yes. Tonga? No. Thailand? Yes. Tajikistan? Yes. Togo? No. Chinese Taipei? Yes. Trinidad and Tobago? Yes. Tunisia? No. Turkey? Yes. Uganda? No. Ukraine? Yes. Uruguay? Uruguay? Yes. United States of America? Yes. Uzbekistan? Yes. Vanuatu? No. Venezuela? Yes. And Vietnam? Yes. Okay, so Dominican Republic was here, huh? Yes. Just checking the ones that were missing from yesterday. Islamic Republic of Iran, still, okay, it's arrived. Ireland, arrived. Iraq, no. Kyrgyz Republic, okay. So, can we get a confirmation on the registration? How many boxes have been given out? I get to exactly 100. But can we have a confirmation on that? We can start in the meantime. No, 99 because Iraq is not here yet. Okay, while we're checking, we can start the proceedings already, Mr. President.
Thank you, Tom. We can continue about the test vote.
Okay, so we will do a test vote this morning to make sure that the voting machines are working. Are we ready for the test vote? And we wanted to show a nice picture first. We've received apologies from our social media coordinator, Teresa, and Butch Johnson, that got married yesterday. So the test vote is related to their activities for the coming weeks. So congratulations to our former Olympic champion, Butch Johnson and Teresa. And the question is, what sport will these two do on their honeymoon? Will they do archery? Will they sleep? Or will they do something else? Okay? So your choice. We will tell them. So we have an issue here, Bangladesh. Can we help the people from... It's okay? Okay. So we make one choice, huh? Yes? If you have an issue, please inform New Zealand. Can we help New Zealand? Anyone else? Taipei? Kazakhstan? It's okay? Now we discovered that the ones that were not working yesterday were doing other things on their tablets, so... Okay, there's also an issue here with, I can't see the flag, it's next to Denmark. It's okay? Evelyn and Kenneth, can you go and check on the voting, how it's going? Two scrutineers, if they can join the voting area. Kenneth and Evelyn, if you can, Evelyn's already gone, okay. Carol Hicks also seems to have an issue. New Zealand, if someone can go, New Zealand. Puerto Rico. Don't worry, we'll do a second test vote afterwards, so don't worry. Slovenia is okay? No, Slovenia needs some help. So the procedure is the same as yesterday, so shouldn't be a problem. You have to select your name and then you press send. When you have pressed send, you can't change the vote anymore. Slovenia, just next, yeah, okay. How are we doing in terms of votes? How many we have? 84. Who still has an issue? Everyone? If you lift your hand, if you still have an issue. Still an issue there. How are we doing? How many? 94. And there is how many boxes distributed? 99. So 5 people. Any of those 5? Okay, there's one there. Everyone's been able to express their vote, so we'll close this vote and we'll do a second test vote afterwards. Aha! Well, at least 32 thought about archery, that was good. Okay, good. So we'll do one more test vote. Whatever you have prepared. We can have one other test vote. Okay, select 2 colors. So you need to push or 0 color, or 1 color, or 2 colors. If you make a mistake and you need to correct, you have to deselect the color that you want to deselect and then press the third color. You cannot press 3 or 4 or 5 colors. So you decide which 2 colors you wish. If you make a mistake, you deselect the one you want to remove. Okay, how are we doing? Any issues? Okay, how many? 92. Seems to be an issue. France. Just a reminder, during the actual election, if you have an issue, the technician will come, will make sure the equipment works, but of course will not be there when you want to press the vote you want to express. It's a secret ballot, so we don't want the staff to see what you are voting. They will just 96, and I suppose that will be 97. Okay, everyone okay? Good, we close the vote. Now we didn't put yellow on the screen as color, which would have been the choice of all archers, but it's green and red. Thank you.
Iraq is not here, we have 98.
Okay, so it's 98 is the actual number, which means we need 49 votes, correct, Mark? Now we need 50 votes, correct?
We need 50 votes.
Okay, so just to make it very clear to everyone, you need 50 votes to be elected independent of the number of votes expressed. The rules are very clear. It's the majority on the number of possible votes at the registration of the start of the session. So if there is people leaving the hall, the majority will not change. If at a certain moment Iraq would appear, it will go to 99, which still remains then at 50. So the majority will stay at 50. That's the number a candidate has to reach to be elected. Is that clear to everyone? Okay. So, Mr. President.
Thank you, Tom. My friends, now we can move on the elections, and I give the floor again to the Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. President. The President will leave the hall at this moment. The first election is for the President. By the deadline for nominations, we have received one candidature, Dr. Uğur Erdener from Turkey, who is presented by Turkey, Colombia, Russia, US, Italy, Japan, Canada, Argentina, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Switzerland, Germany, Paraguay, Trinidad and Tobago, and Bhutan. So we will open the votes for the election of the President. If you want to elect the President, you vote yes. If you want to vote against, you press no, or you can abstain. Iraq has arrived, but they arrived after the start of this election, so they will only be allowed to elect after the election of the president. How are we doing in terms of the votes? 96. Turkey is resolved, okay. 98. So we have the full vote. Thank you. Please show the results. So, can someone ask the president to come back in the room? So, Mr. President, we have the good news to announce that you are re-elected for 4 years.
My dear friends, I would like to thank you for your confidence and great support me. Of course, I will try my best for serving our great support, great sport, together with you always. Again, thank you very much for your support.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now we will elect the vice presidents. Now this needs a little bit of explanation because due to the situation we had in Torino, we have one position for 2 years and 2 positions for 4 years. Now, to avoid that we end up with someone not being elected because you prefer someone for 4 years and someone for 2 years, we had a discussion with the Constitution and Rules Committee as well as with the 3 candidates. And the voting will happen in 2 rounds. We will first do an election for the position of vice president as such. So basically we ask you, the first election will be to ask you do you agree that the following 3 persons will be vice president? In that election, the 3 candidates need to reach a majority. If all 3 have elected a majority, then we will go to a second vote, which will determine which of the 3, and that will be 2, are elected for 4 years. The one that has the least number of votes in the second election will be elected for 2 years. We feel that this is the most fair way to handle it. The 3 candidates have been consulted and they agree with the procedure. Is this procedure clear to everyone? Are there any comments? Okay, then I will read the 3 candidates. Mr. Philippe Bouclet from France, proposed by France. Mrs. Maria Emma Gaviria from Colombia, proposed by Colombia, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Argentina, El Salvador, Canada, Venezuela, Italy, Puerto Rico, Paraguay, and United States of America. And Mr. Sangwan Kozavinta from Thailand, proposed by Thailand, Japan, Chinese Taipei, Myanmar, Bangladesh, and Laos. These are the candidates. So for the first vote, you have to select, or you can select, up to 3 people of the 3. And the purpose is to decide if they can be vice president and they have to reach the majority. Should a person not reach the majority, we will do a second round, and if then there is no majority at that time, there will be a vacant position. But first we have a first round where they need to reach the majority. And you have the 3 names, and we ask you to select up to 3 people. The vote is open. So this is up for majority decision only, not to determine who gets 4 or 2 years. And I repeat, when we announce the results, this will not determine who is elected for 4 or 2 years, just to see if they have the majority. How are we doing in terms of the numbers? 96, 97, 99. We have everyone in the hall and everyone has voted. Okay, so we have all 3 are elected as vice president. Now we will have a second election to determine who gets elected for 2 years and which 2 are elected for 4 years. You will be asked to select up to 2 people. You can select 0, 1 or 2, but we ask you, if possible, to select 2 people, and the ones that have most votes will be elected for 4 years. The one with the least number of votes is elected for 2 years. Yes, issue France. We still have the issue of France. So the other ones, how many we are? 92. Anyone else has an issue? 96. Sorry for the wait, but since it concerns one of the countries of which there is a candidate, we have to get it solved. Okay, so we ask France to vote, and then as soon as they have voted, we will close the result. No? Okay, seems to be solved, so can we have the results? Okay, so are elected for 4 years Maria Emma Gaviria, Sangwan Kozavinta, and for 2 years Philippe Bouclet. Now, to make sure that we can proceed correctly, we ask you to wait to congratulate the vice presidents till the end of all the elections. There is a coffee break where you can do this, otherwise we will not finish. I was a little bit too quick. The president has to also tell who he wants to be in the Finance and Audit Board, but I believe there is Archery GB who wants to take the floor. Archery GB, microphone please.
Good morning. I'm Hilda Gibson from Archery GB. I believe my combination of sport and business skills would enable me to make a valuable contribution to the Executive Board and the progression of the World Archery Plan. However, having seen the quality of the candidates that have been nominated in 2013, I withdraw my nomination this morning for the Executive Board. I will look to make a contribution in other ways and plan to be nominated again in 2013 when I look forward to your support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. My dear colleagues, I would like to inform you about the new Finance and Audit Board for your confirmation. Again, the same chairman, Mr. Bob Smith, and members, Mr. Rolf Lind and Mrs. Hilda Gibson. We need your confirmation now. If you confirm, please raise your hands. Thank you very much. Again, I give the floor to the Secretary General.
Thank you, President. Following the election of the Vice President, the following members will be withdrawn from the nominations: Philippe Bouclet, Maria Emma Gaviria, and Hilda Gibson. I also give the floor now to Susan Womersley.
Thank you, Dom. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, after long deliberations, I'm asking Congress to permit me to withdraw my candidature for the Executive Board. Owing to the successful development in Africa, it is only fitting that this continental region has the opportunity to be represented on the Executive Board of World Archery at this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susan.
Okay, so the candidates up for election for Executive Board, and there will be 3 positions, are, in alphabetical order, Greg Easton, United States of America, presented by United States of America, Turkey, Canada, Colombia, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, Italy, Switzerland, Puerto Rico, Paraguay, Cuba, and Bhutan. Mr. Vladimir Esheyev from Russia, presented by Russia. Mr. Vittorio Frangilli from Ivory Coast, presented by Ivory Coast. Mr. Aladdin Gaber from Egypt, presented by Egypt. And Mrs. Trudy Medved from Austria, presented by Austria. These are the candidates. There is 3 positions, so we ask you to select 0, 1, 2, or 3 people for this election. Can we have the opening of the vote? And remind everyone that the majority to be reached will be 50. Okay, how are we doing? 96. No one seems to be having an issue, so we can close the vote. '95. 99, we have full vote. Are elected in the first round Greg Easton, Vladimir Esheev and Aladin Gabber. Congratulations. We will now continue with the technical committee. There are 5 positions. However, there is 4 candidates. Just to make it clear to everyone what the procedure is, the 5th position will be filled by an ad hoc member until the next Congress. This will be in consultation with the newly appointed chair and the members of that committee, and then the executive committee and board will confirm that appointment up until the next Congress, where there will be a position for 2 years. However, the 4 other candidates need to reach the majority of 50. Our candidates, Ping Kun Shu, Chinese Taipei, presented by Chinese Taipei and Thailand. Olivier Grilla from France, presented by France. Don Rapska from the United States of America, presented by United States of America. Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, Paraguay, Cuba and Bhutan. And Jonathan Chales from Great Britain, presented by Great Britain. These are the candidates. If we can open the vote, please. So we ask you to select 4 names. Theoretically 5, but you don't have a choice for the 5th one. How are we doing? Anyone has an issue? Okay, we can close the votes. And all members have been elected for the technical committee. Congratulations. We now go to the target archery committee. We have 5 candidates in alphabetical order. Tim Jackson, Great Britain, proposed by Great Britain. Christian Laforêt from France, presented by France. Lee Un-kyung from Korea, presented by Korea. Andreas Lawrence from Germany, presented by Germany. And Alan Wills from Canada, presented by Canada, Republic of South Africa, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Cuba, Argentina, United States of America, Malta, Paraguay, Puerto Rico and Colombia. The votes are open. You have to select 3 people out of the 5. 3 people up for election out of the 5 available. So you can select 0, 1, 2 or 3 names. What's the situation? 97, okay. Okay, 97. Okay, we're going to close the votes. Okay, are elected Unkung Lee from Korea, Andreas Lawrence and Al Wills. Congratulations. Okay, we now go to the Medical and Sports Science Committee. There is 5 positions in that committee and we have 5 candidates. However, they need to reach the majority, as you know. The 5 nominees are Martin Bauer from Germany, nominated by Germany. Emin Ergen from Turkey, nominated by Turkey. Carlos Hermes from Guatemala, nominated by Guatemala, Dominican Republic, Argentina, Venezuela, United States of America, El Salvador, Puerto Rico, Paraguay, Cuba, and Colombia. Nancy Litke from Canada, nominated by Canada, Colombia, United States of America, Paraguay, and Cuba. And Mr. Varin Tansuparisi from Thailand, nominated by Thailand. And the vote is open. And we are asking you to nominate up to 5 people for the Medical and Sports Sciences Committee. Status 97, so anyone has an issue? Doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, we're going to close the vote. And all of them have reached the majority, so all 5 are elected as such. Congratulations to all 5. And we come to the last election, Para-Archery Committee. There is 4 elected positions. The 5th position is, as you know, the head classifier, which has already been approved by the Executive Board, which Mr. Pang from Singapore. And the candidates, there's 4 candidates for the 4 positions. In alphabetical order, Helen George, Great Britain, proposed by Great Britain. Carol Hicks from New Zealand, proposed by New Zealand. Dominique Ullman from France, proposed by France. And Sherry Rhodes from the United States of America, proposed by United States of America, Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, Paraguay, and Cuba. The votes are open. We ask you to vote for 4 people, and there is 4 candidates. So they need to also to reach the majority of 50. Status? 94. No one seems to have any issue. Yes, there is an issue. Seems to be also an issue there for Japan. Italy. Italy. What a surprise. Okay, we have closed the votes. Thank you. And all four are also elected for the Para-Archery Committee. Congratulations. So at this stage, I would like to inform you that all the elections are finished, all the voting with the tablets are finished, and I would like to thank our technicians from MSL for their excellent work and for the smooth operation of the elections. Thank you very much. And we also thank Samsung for providing the tablets. As we told you, you can keep them, but for the moment they still have to remain here. Okay, Mr. President.
Thank you, Tom. Before having our coffee break, we would like to congratulate all newly elected members. And now we have a coffee break. We will start again at 10:30. Thank you.
Now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab while he's having This is a game of love. This is a game of love. And it was you. And it was you. The one that would be breaking my heart. When you decided to walk away. When I wanted you to stay. It was you. I just wanted you to stay. I just wanted you to stay. I just wanted you to stay. I just wanted you to stay.
A tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears, but boy they pour when I'm thinking about you. Who no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. You no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. Do you think about me still? Do you, or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Ooh. Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. No, I don't like you, I just thought you were cool enough to kick it. Got a beach house I could sell you in Idaho. Since you think I don't love you, I just thought you were cute, that's why I kiss you. Got a fighter jet, I don't get to fly it, though I'm lying down thinking about you. Ooh, no, 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 I've been thinking about you. You, no, 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 I've been thinking about you. Do you think about me still? Do you, or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Ooh. Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Yes, of course, I remember, how could I forget how you feel? You know you were my first time, a new feel. It won't ever get old, not in my soul, not in my spirit, keep it alive. We'll go down this road till it turns from color to black and white. Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever.
Dating back 10,000 years, archery was developed as a competitive activity in medieval England and made its Olympic debut in Paris in 1900. It is one of the first Olympic sports to include women. At London 2012, archery is combining the old with the new here in Lord's Cricket Ground. The object of archery is to shoot arrows as close as possible to the center of the target. All shots are taken from a distance of 70 meters. There is a flag above the target to indicate the direction and strength of the wind. Each of the 10 rings on the target is a scoring zone. Score 1 point if you hit out of the ring, and maximum 10 points for hitting the center, known as the goal. Olympic archers use the recurve bow, which features limbs that curves away from the archer to increase power. The limbs are made of wood, foam, fiberglass, and graphite. The middle section, or riser, is made of aluminum. The arrow length is determined by the archer's arm length and is made up of 4 parts: the nock, fletchings, shaft, and the point. On release, arrows can reach speeds in excess of 150 miles per hour.
The world-famous Lord's Cricket Ground, commonly referred to as the home of cricket, welcomed a new sport into its domain in the summer of 2012, becoming the home of archery for the London Olympic Games. Lord's Cricket Ground was founded as early as 1814 by Thomas Lords. It has long been seen as the game's spiritual headquarters, the venue hosting cricket at all levels of the game, from school and village fixtures to international tests. Lord's is a magical venue where sports history has been and will be made. Much has changed in archery since the last Olympic Games in Beijing, with 128 participants from a record 55 countries making their way to London and taking in the sights like Piccadilly Circus, the Tower Bridge, Buckingham Palace, the Houses of Parliament, the Tower of Big Ben. Archery's history is linked to Britain, the 5 colors on the target originating in the English archery rounds. Although we have since added more scoring rings, the target size of 122 centimeters has never changed. England is also the home country of the former World Archery President, Mrs. Inger Frith. Mrs. Frith brought archery back to the Olympic Games in 1972, and she would have likely been very proud of her sport competing at Lord's. Just walking out of the pavilion to go to the field of play was a magical experience for all of the athletes at these Olympic Games, and they truly represented the most competitive field to ever covet the 4 Olympic gold medals in archery. Wishing good luck to all the athletes and thanking all the officials, the staff and volunteers that made this Olympic archery competition possible. We're looking forward to a memorable time.
This is a result of World Archery Plan. We have a new logo, we have a new name, we have a new competition system. Many very exciting matches between our very high-level athletes. There was a very friendly atmosphere, very high-level ambience, very high-level Olympic spirit. Archery is changing rapidly. Now archery is one of the essential sports in the Olympic program. Today, archery is a worldwide sport. We have around 150 member associations all around the world, 64 men and 64 women quota places, 55 countries are representing at this venue. This is also important for our universality. As the president of World Archery, I am very happy concerning all these kind of improvements for our great sport.
The center of the target stands 1.3 meters above the ground. The target face is 1.22 meters in diameter, with the center ring measuring just 12.2 centimeters in diameter. If you take out a couple of millimeters, it's the size of a CD. However, to the archer standing 70 meters away, It appears about the size of a drawing pin. The bow varies in length from 1.57 to 1.82 meters and weighs around 7 pounds. When pulling back the string, this can weigh between 35 to 42 pounds for women and 45 to 52 pounds for men. The diameter of the arrows can be as little as 5.5 millimeters, made from a combination of aluminum and carbon to ensure faster flight and less wind drift. The bowstrings are made from a combination of the latest modern fibers, and they are stronger than steel.
Archery was the first event in London during the Olympic Games, actually beginning on the day of the opening ceremony. Her Royal Highness Princess Anne came to Lord's Cricket Ground to give a boost to the British team, as well as a record number of several hundred media representatives. They were not disappointed by the level of competition these athletes displayed. On the field where the cricketeers usually warm up, the archers were all fired up to go. 4 of them had already won Olympic gold. 7 had been world champions, but everyone wanted to have the best possible start in these Olympic Games. You see, the ranking round seeds the athletes and teams for the rest of the competition. A high score here could mean a huge advantage in the upcoming matches. Kim Dong-yoon of Korea definitely attracted a lot of media attention during the ranking round. A 2-time Team Olympic champion, a multiple world champion, and a World Cup final winner, Mr. Im had been one of the top recurve archers for almost a decade. Im was closely followed by his Korean teammate Kim Bubamin and Oh Jin-yek, who completed a Korean sweep. On the women's side, all eyes were of course on the Korean team and Ki Bo-bae, who won the ranking round with a score of 671. Her teammate Lee Sung-jin was back at the Games after winning both an individual silver and a team gold medal in 2004 in Athens. Her personal coach this time, Park Sung-yoon, who had beaten her in the Athens final. Other teams showed that they were ready to battle, including the young team of Mexico with the likes of Aida Roman, Mariana Avitia, and Alejandra Valencia, the youngest woman in this competition.
Four gold medals will be contested at the Olympic Games, individual and team events for men and women. All events will be played to a knockout format. Lose the match, and you are immediately out of the competition. The individual events are the best of 5 sets, with each archer shooting 3 arrows per set. The winner of a set receives 2 points, with 1 point each awarded in the event of a tie. The first archer to accumulate 6 set points wins the match. If the match is tied 5-all, there is a single arrow shoot-off. The team events are scored differently. Teams of 3 archers compete against each other in a best of 24 arrows format, with the highest total score winning the match.
With 128 athletes from a record 55 countries in London, the organizing committee made sure they felt comfortable at Lord's Cricket Ground. Catering, resting, and storing facilities were state-of-the-art. Surely all the athletes appreciated the British hospitality, especially someone with the experience of Katuna Lorig, who is appearing in her 5th Olympic Games. Lorig helped the unified team of the former USSR win the bronze medal in Barcelona back in '92, went on to represent Georgia in 1996 and 2000 before competing for the United States, in Beijing, and in London. The day after the opening ceremony was the first medal day for archery. The stadium sold out and ready to rock and roll just a few streets away from the Beatles' Abbey Road. The men's team lineup, deemed by all experts as the most impressive one in archery history. Although Korea was the favorite, it was a wide-open affair. France broke a national record in the ranking round to come in seeded second. Then there was the USA, Mexico, the experienced Italians, and Ukrainians who also had an Olympic champ in their lineup. Not to be overlooked, China, Chinese Taipei, India, Japan, Malaysia, and of course the home crowd favorite, GBR. The fans were ready, the officials were ready. It was go time in Great Britain. The team bronze medal match for the men featured Korea, a nation that had struck gold 4 times in this event at the Olympics, but had been upset by the Americans during the semifinals here in London. So the Korean contingent would now have to try and salvage all hope of medaling by defeating a strong trio of archers from Mexico. We pick up the action midway through the first end. Mexico already trailing by 5. Korea's Kim Bobeman, competing at the Olympics for the first time, put his second shot of the match in the 8 ring. Im Dong-hyun had plenty of Olympic experience and it paid off. It's a bullseye. 10 more points for Korea. That set the stage for another Olympic newcomer. And Oh Jin-yek would not disappoint, nailing another bullseye to give Korea 57 out of a possible 60 points in the first end. Could Mexico counter? Juan Rene Serrano matches Kim Bobeman's second shot. But he would be able to breathe a little bit easier after his teammate, Luis Eduardo Alvarez, an Olympic veteran, landed his arrow on the line. That's a 10. The left-hander, Luis Alvarez, burst upon the international scene just a month before the Games during the World Cup campaign and continued to be just as accurate in London. And yet, Korea had a commanding 6-point lead after the first 6 arrows of this bronze medal match. We now jump ahead to the 4th and final end. After 3 ends, Mexico only able to take 1 point off Korea's lead with just 6 arrows to go. Luis Alvarez would do his best to keep hope alive, once again finding the center of the target. But try as they might, the trio from Mexico could not come back against the mighty Korean team. Oh Jin-yek made it official, making an Olympic memory with a bullseye on his final shot of the match. Im Dong-hyun, Oh Jin-yek, and Kim Bobeman recover from the disappointment of their semifinal loss to the United States, winning the team bronze medal in London, defeating Mexico by 5, 224 to 219, the final score in this showdown. That match was merely the appetizer for the men's team gold medal match at Lord's Cricket Ground, the iconic setting for what would prove to be a classic battle which will long be remembered. The USA would meet Italy on this hallowed ground, the Americans presenting an imposing lineup of Brady Ellison, Jake Kaminsky, and Jacob Wuki. Those 3 had seemingly accomplished the most difficult task, upsetting the powerful Koreans in the semifinals. Meanwhile, Italy brought a wealth of talent and experience to the table. Michele Frangilli, Marco Galeazzo, and Mauro Nespoli were anxious to end Italy's 5-match losing streak to the Americans. All 3 had won Olympic medals in the past, but never a team gold medal. We fast forward ahead. After 3 ends, it's a tight match with just 2 points separating these 2 countries. With the grandstand decked out in stars and stripes, Jake Kaminsky drops a dime in the 10 ring to kickstart an American comeback. Jacob Wuki followed that up with a solid effort. Then 9 marks the spot for his buddy Brady Ellison. Good grouping for Team USA, and the pressure shifts to the Italian trio. Mauro Nespoli, the youngest and least experienced member of his team, comes through with a 9 and gives some advice to Galeazzo, who heeds that advice to hit a critical shot that brings a roar from the crowd at Lord's Cricket. But the crowd dies down and goes silent when Frangilli's aim is just off to the left. It's an 8, which means Italy's lead is down to 1. The London air electrified, the tension weighing on all of the competitors. The Americans now have a golden opportunity, but Jake Kaminsky is unable to capitalize. His 8 takes some of the wind out of the sail for Team USA, but only for a moment. Jacob Wuki's bullseye breathes new life into America's hopes. So now it's up to Brady Ellison, one of the world's very best shots. His final attempt would be close, but not close enough to give the Americans the 10 points they wanted. All they can do is stand back and watch the men from Italy decide their fate. They need 27 points on their final 3 shots to sew up the victory, and they get 9 from Moro Nespoli. However, Marco Galeazzo makes matters much more suspenseful as he lands one in a red ring. 8 won't be enough for the Italians to win, and a 9 would only tie the match and force a shoot-off. Anything less and the Americans would be golden. With all those scenarios racing through his head and a buzz racing through the crowd, Frangilli, the man who had veered off into the 8 ring just moments before, blocked all of that out, took all the time he needed, and coolly, calmly brought the match to a close with a bullseye heard round the world, especially in Italy. In a game of millimeters, the final shot was just inside the line and gave Italy the 10 points needed to secure the gold medal by just 1 point over the United States. The cry of Viva Italia was heard throughout Lord's Cricket Ground and set off a celebration years in the making.
Un grosso calo, l'ultima gara del mondo, dove si fa un po' poi con mio padre a casa sta lavorando parecchio per ritrovare le sensazioni e la tecnica di tiro giusta per mettere il tiro in giallo. Adesso non è, anche ieri non ero al 100%, però oggi mi sentivo veramente più giusto. Non ho tirato bene giusto le prime 6 frecce della finale, quarti di finale, però le ultime ho trovato le sensazioni giuste e queste sensazioni probabilmente mi hanno anche aiutato per l'ultima freccia a svuotare la testa e a metterla dentro, perché ho sentito il pubblico e tutti quanti che dovevano vociferare e ho detto vabbè Marco ha fatto 8, devo fare 10 per vincere, vabbè cerchiamo di tirarla bene. Ho visto volare, ho visto bene il volo nel giallo, ho detto vabbè nel giallo, ho pensato 9 shoot off, già giochiamo ancora bene, 10 vinciamo, 10 basta.
It's fantastic match. The arrow Michele is shoot very nice. He stand the final. Is for me is number 1.
It was indeed a sweet victory for Italy's Michele Frangilli, Moro Nespoli, and Marco Galeazzo, who instantly became household names in cities like Rome, Florence, Milan, Venice, and Naples.
Perfect. But bring the letter into the Congress. Ordinarily okay. Officially cannot speak okay. Good. Very good. Very good. Leather, all the time we are very concerned about their different but Koreans know how to deal with Chinese leather. But
Economic growth is Colombia, a country full of opportunities whose direct foreign investment grew over 300% in the past 5 years. And there, surrounded by majestic mountains, is Medellin, the country's second city, industrial capital, business center, and Colombia's beating heart of commerce. Through conviction and political will, we take on the challenge of transforming Medellin into a city that has more justice, solidarity, and acceptance. Modern and open to business. This is how the world is changing its perception of our city. We have qualified men and women that are passionate about service. It's true, every city has its own rhythm. Medellin beats to good business.
La Copa Mundo de Tiro con Arco 2014 es un evento importante para promover el deporte, la cultura y el desarrollo social de Medellín. Los invito para que vengan y visiten la ciudad más innovadora del mundo. Disfruten del clima, de los paisajes y de la calidez de nuestra gente, para que sean nuestros huéspedes de honor.
Some of Colombia's most outstanding companies were born here, and world-class multinational companies set up in Medellin, knowing that the city was a wise move for their business. The reasons to prefer Medellin are visible wherever you look. Its modern infrastructure offers absolute comfort when it comes to hosting world-class events. The city has a deeply ingrained service culture based on the friendliness, respect, and warmth of its people. Its local government and institutions are fully committed to the city's development. For these and many other reasons, truly important events prefer Medellin. We invite you to witness this grand transformation, where you'll find everything you need to guarantee a successful event and enjoy an unforgettable experience. Welcome to this amazing city that reinvents itself every day. Come and discover hundreds of reasons to visit and endless excuses to come back. The northwestern corner of South America, at an unbeatable geographic position, flanked by 2 oceans, and in constant economic growth, is Colombia, a country full of opportunities whose direct foreign investment grew over 300% in the past 5 years. And there, surrounded by majestic mountains, is Medellin, the country's second city, industrial capital, business center, and Colombia's beating heart of commerce. Through conviction and political will, we take on the challenge of transforming Medellin into a city that has more justice, solidarity, and acceptance. Modern and open to business. This is how the world is changing its perception of our city. We have qualified men and women that are passionate about service. It's true, every city has its own rhythm. Medellin beats to good business.
La Copa Mundo de Tiro con Arco 2014 es un evento importante para promover el deporte, la cultura y el desarrollo social de Medellín. Los invito para que vengan y visiten la ciudad más innovadora del mundo. Disfruten del clima, de los paisajes y de la calidez de nuestra gente, para que sean nuestros huéspedes de honor.
Some of Colombia's most outstanding companies were born here, and world-class multinational companies set up in Medellin, knowing that the city was a wise move for their business. The reasons to prefer Medellin are visible wherever you look. Its modern infrastructure offers absolute comfort when it comes to hosting world-class events. The city has a deeply ingrained service culture based on the friendliness, respect, and warmth of its people. Its local government and institutions are fully committed to the city's development. For these and many other reasons, truly important events prefer Medellin. We invite you to witness this grand transformation, where you'll find everything you need to guarantee a successful event and enjoy an unforgettable experience. Welcome to this amazing city that reinvents itself every day. Come and discover hundreds of reasons to visit and endless excuses to come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can take a seat, and then we'll start with the proceedings again.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Llama Land, there's a one-man band and he'll toot his flute for you. Come fly with me, let's take off in
My
the
friends,
blue.
now we have
Once I get
presentation
you up
first
there where the air is rarefied,
Rio team to the podium,
we'll
please.
just fly starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you.
Our friend from Rio had a hard time arriving, and his luggage unfortunately hasn't arrived. So please apologize him for the dress code. It doesn't reflect the new uniform of Rio, but his luggage is somewhere on this planet, but not in Antalya.
Hello, good morning. Apologize for my apologize for my casual wear. It's because my luggage is not here. First, I would like to greet Mr. President, and now I will present a video for you. Please, video.
cheguei aqui. Oi, eu e meus amigos vamos mostrar pra vocês como a nossa cidade está se preparando para os Jogos Olímpicos e Paralímpicos.
Rio 2016.
Legal, né? Peraí. Vamos começar lá de cima?
The Rio 2016 Games will be staged in 4 zones: Copacabana, Barra, Deodoro, and Maracanã.
Meu nome é André e vou mostrar pra vocês a região Copacabana. Eu moro logo ali, ó.
Rowing, canoe sprint, and para-canoe competitions will be held at Lagoa Rodrigo de Freitas.
Esse aqui é o estádio de Rio. E logo ali ao lado fica a arquibancada temporária. Peraí, deixa eu ajudar vocês. Pronto, demais, né? Agora eu vou mostrar a Marina da Glória.
The sailing competitions will be held in Marina da Glória.
Aqui, de frente pro Pão de Açúcar.
Flamengo Park will host the cycling road and race walk competitions in the Olympic Games and the marathon and cycling road competitions in the Paralympic Games.
Nossa, não dá pra mim não.
In Copacabana, we will have the triathlon and marathon swimming competitions, in addition to the debut of the para-triathlon in the Paralympic Games.
E aqui vai rolar o vôlei de praia. Essa é a região Copacabana. Espero vocês aqui em 2016. Agora com a Maria. Ela vai mostrar a região Barra. 2016 vai dar pra ir até lá de metrô. Valeu!
E aí, pessoal? A gente está arrumando a casa para receber vocês. Eu sou Maria e essa é a Barra.
Barra will host more than half of the events of the Rio 2016 Games. Golf course project for the sport that returns to the Games in 2016 will maintain the original characteristics of the land. This is where the Olympic and Paralympic Village will be located, which will host more than 14,000 athletes. Construction work began in June 2012. And in this area of more than 1,100,000 square meters, our Olympic Park is currently under construction.
No Parque Olímpico ficarão o centro de mídia e, é claro, as mais modernas instalações esportivas.
In this area, we will have cycling track, tennis, and aquatics. Gymnastics competitions and the wheelchair basketball will be held in Rio Olympic Arena. South America's first Olympic training center, one of the project's main sports legacies, will also be installed here. During the Games, it will host basketball, judo, taekwondo, wrestling, and handball.
E agora, vamos pro Rio Centro? No Rio Centro vão acontecer as competições de levantamento de peso, tênis de mesa, boxe e badminton.
The 4 zones will be connected by new transport systems. Metro Line 4 and the bus rapid transit lines are being constructed, and the first of the BRTs, the Transoeste, is already operational.
Foi muito legal mostrar a Barra de 2016 para vocês. Agora é vez do Pedro com a região Deodoro. Tchau!
E aí, galera, eu sou o Pedro, aqui de Deodoro. Chega aí!
X-Park Extreme Sports Center will be built in Deodoro for the BMX competitions, mountain bike and canoe slalom.
Muito radical, né? As competições de esgrima acontecerão aqui em Deodoro. Hangar. Esse é o Centro Nacional de Tiro. Legal, né? Tá todo mundo concentrado.
The National Equestrian Center will be renovated for 2016.
Já vi altas competições aqui, com atletas do mundo todo.
And in this region, we will also have the Deodoro Modern Pentathlon Park and the Olympic Hockey Center.
Deodoro vai ficar incrível depois dos jogos. Vocês vão ver. Agora é só pegar o trem pra região Maracanã. A Ana tá esperando vocês lá. Tchau.
Que bom que vocês chegaram. Eu sou a Ana e vou mostrar a região Maracanã pra vocês.
The historical Maracanã Stadium will host the game's opening and closing ceremonies.
E será o estádio das finais do futebol, é claro. Tá tudo sendo modernizado.
Esse aqui é o Maracanãzinho. Aqui vão acontecer as competições olímpicas de voleibol.
The port area is being totally renovated for 2016.
Tá tudo mudando muito rápido por aqui.
And in 2015, it will be ready to receive more cruise ships, which will increase our accommodation capacity.
Sabe qual esporte também vai desembarcar no Rio em 2016? Rugby. Aqui é o Sambódromo, onde acontece o desfile das escolas de samba. Existe lugar melhor para a chegada da maratona? Já tá tudo pronto. Só falta uma coisa. Vocês.
The Sambódromo will also hold the archery competitions.
E para completar, o atletismo vai ser aqui, no Estádio Olímpico João Avelange, um dos mais modernos do Brasil. Viu só? Os Jogos Olímpicos e Paralímpicos Rio 2016 vão ser demais. Para os atletas, para o público, para a imprensa e para nós cariocas. O Rio de Janeiro está se transformando para receber vocês. E os Jogos vão transformar o nosso futuro. Vem com a gente!
Now I would to introduce myself. My name is Fernando Wolf-Sotowiski, and I'm in charge of managing archery during the Olympic and Paralympic Games in Rio 2016. I have been working with archery for about 10 years. During this period, I've developed different roles, which were teacher, coach, President of Regional Federation Brazil, Continental Judge, National Paralympic Classifier, and Archer in free time. I have a master's degree in physical education, and 31-year-old. I'm not working full-time at all, but I'm giving support in Archer Works in Rio 2016. Now we'll start with a report about the event. This presentation is divided in 5 topics. First is master plan. The master plan is about the divisions of the, have 4 different zones in which the competition venues will take place operate. The archery will happen in the competition venue called Sambódromo in Maracanã zone. And you know that Sambódromo is where the carnival parade happens every year, the happiest festival in Brazil. Sambódromo has some different assets, train, bus, car, and the Olympic dedicated line have. The second topic is Maracanã, sorry. Here these lines and trains. Second is distance. Here as you can see here, Sambódromo is here, 35 kilometers for Olympic Village. And Olympic Village is located in Barra da Tijuca, and the distance is 35 between the village, okay? And the airport to Olympic Village is 32 kilometers, is here. And the most of hotels is here of Copacabana, is about 7.9 kilometers. And we don't know about how long will take transport between have the Olympic dedicated line, which is a highway. If you do a search in Google today or now, you will see 32 minutes approximate to the Olympic Village to Sambódromo, okay? And the hotels to Sambódromo, about 12 minutes. The third is a venue. This is the last block plan of the venue, of the competition venue. We know that this plan is not fixed. There might be some alteration or modification, but this is the first C. Here's a qualifying, here's a final. More close view. The fourth is competition schedule. There we can see the competition schedule to the competition starts after August 5 and ends on 12. It's here, 5 to 12. The yellow is finals, is medals, is here. Here's for the team and individual. Here's a Paralympic. And the 50 is Olympic Village. There's the Olympic Village for plan. Sorry. Floor plan. Some information about the residential zone. They have here international zone, residential zone, operational zone, and some informations. 7 condominiums, 31 buildings, 17 floors per building, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, 3, 6 elevators per building. Now here we can see an image of the beginning of the construction. And here are more pictures of construction in this year. And the last one view is August of this year. Now I would like to thank you for your attention, and if you have any question.
Thank you, Fernando. And Fernando is, I would say, improving his English every day, because it's not easy for him to speak in front of you. And thank you and congratulations on your presentation. There might be some questions. Before the questions, our event director and one of our 2 technical delegates wants to add some information.
Thank you, President. Thank you, Tom. So again, congratulate Fernando. He has improved his English in the last time. His Portuguese, I assure you, is perfect, better than mine. So just to give you a bit of information what has happened until now, because probably you have seen in media a lot of discussion about Rio being late, about many issues, about venues confirmation. Actually, we are quite safe right now. We are in the Sambódromo, as Fernando said, but in the process, there have been a moment that they wanted to move Paralympic Games out of the Sambódromo, and we were looking for different possibilities. One of those was the area of Teodora, which is quite nice, but it's far from the city. So we have listened to the proposal, but at the end we say it's not possible, it's not going to work well. We want to respect our para-archers, we want to have them in the same scenario, and we want to go out of issues we had in London or we had in other games where we use several different venues. So at the end has been confirmed that it's coming back to the Sambódromo. So we have the Sambódromo, both events, Olympic and Paralympic Games. There was some discussion with how the layout of the venue will be, because marathon is planned to end there and it's clashing with what we wanted to do. It seems that the situation is going very favorable for us, for archery, and we will have what we want, and athletic is discussing where to go or what to adapt in the initial plan. So I have to say that for archery we are pretty good. We are still in a good situation. We have a venue, we have a plan, and what we wanted to do is still approved. So just to thank Rio 2016 for the collaboration they have with World Archery, how we work together, and give you just all the guarantees that we are in a good track. Thanks God. Thank you very much. Any question?
Carlos, I will have one question, but I want to see if there is any other questions. Seems to be still very early for many of you to think about Rio, but I hope your athletes are already thinking of it, because it's tomorrow. Now, I have one question, because we will have, of course, a more detailed update at our next Congress in Denmark, which is, however, the same year as the test event. I think if our member association wants to prepare for it, have we already any more detailed information on possible dates, so they can start planning of it, and by what time our member associations will get information on format, costs, and how the test event will be run?
Okay, looking to Fernando, it seems we are in the same situation like the last discussion. We are trying to have the test event for us done in the same facilities as much as possible, but they are still working on it to see what can be done, and the dates will be probably by October. I think the last time September, October. It's not 100% confirmed. We are still on discussion with it, but what we have asked the Rio 2016 and the Brazilian Confederation is to make a national event in 2014. Then we have the 2015 our test event and 2016 the game. The reason for that is to try to have the team prepared with a national event first, and that makes sure that we are in the level to have a high-level event in 2015. So answering the question, is still not confirmed the date. The idea is to make it in the same venue, and we should know it in our next visit. That's other technical delegate Greg Easton, and now our executive board member, and myself will do in Rio in March, just before Carnival. Any other question?
No questions. Thank you, and good luck to Fernando in the preparation. And I hope I can speak as good Portuguese or Brazilian as he speaks English. Okay, then we go to the next presentation, which is the presentation of the World Indoor Championships, which will be held in Nimes, France next year. And the delegation is composed of Olivier Gruillat, our newly elected technical committee member, and Thomas Aubert, who is an archer and part of the organizing structure, and he's an example of an athlete that is also volunteer and takes up a position in a club, and that's something that we encourage, of course, very much. So Olivier and Thomas, if you can come for the presentation.
Dear President, dear Secretary General, dear delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to give you an update of what World Archery Indoor Championships 2014 in Nimes will be. And if we have something on the screen, please. So waiting the technical problem to be solved, I will introduce you Olivier Gruillat, which is the Vice President of French Archery Federation, the LOC General Manager, and as well the organizer of Nimes European Tournament since 1997. So, okay. Nimes is an old Roman town located in southern of France. We do have in Nimes a long heritage of history. And we want to show you some pictures of what Nimes is looking like. It's going very fast. Well. Okay. Okay, so this is the poster that will be displayed all around the town during the World Championships and a bit before the championships to have the most people we can have during the tournament. When we organize the tournaments and championships in Nimes, one of our main concerns is to show archery to the world in the best way we can through and respecting all its values. This year, or next year, we will welcome more than 12,000 spectators during the whole week. And we are ready to offer them the most impressive show we can. These are some pictures of the clubs and athletes that competing in Nimes during European tournaments. As said, our main concern is to show archery, but also to welcome athletes in the best way we can. And this year for next year for the World Championships, we will use special design targets for indoor archery. And we will enlight them with a new high quality light system, which is running with LEDs. The organization of the World Championships is based on a huge team of volunteers who had already a strong experience and helped during World Indoor Championships Nîmes 2013. 2003, sorry. So last year during the Indoor Archery World Cup, Nîmes Archery Trade was the biggest show in Europe with the most brands. This year during the World Championships it will be even bigger. This is the logo of the organizing committee Nîmes 2014. On the next slide you have the main people who are directing the organizing committee. President, which is Mr. Philippe Pincheruti, as well President of the Nîmes Archery Club. The Vice President of the organizing committee is Mr. Philippe Bouclet, President of French Archery Federation and Vice President of World Archery, and Olivier Gria is the General Manager. Now I would like to show you a small video of what Nîmes was this year during the World Cup. So now we'll go deeper in the organization. We lost screen. Okay. So this is the south of Nîmes, and here you will have the 3 halls for competition. All the competition will be located at the south of Nîmes. So we have 2 competition halls and 1 training hall. The other side is the hotel location. We will have shuttles between hotels and archery competition, and transport is about 5 minutes. Here you will have the preliminary program of the competition, and semi-finals on Friday will be used as a rehearsal for individual and team medal match on Saturday and Sunday. Now, how to access Nîmes? It's southern of France, as we said. It's located 3 hours from Paris by high-speed train, and near Nîmes we have 2 airports located at 54 and 100 kilometers, which are Montpellier and Marseille. We can also reach Nîmes through high-speed highways and train from these cities. What's happening? Okay. So these are the highways, and we also plan shuttles to come from the airports. Thank you very much for listening to us, and we're waiting for you in Nîmes next year.
Thank you. I have one question, but I want to see if there's other questions from the hall. Any of the delegates, any questions? I have one question. What is the estimated number of tickets you plan to sell?
12.
And when you start selling them?
We expect sell about 12,000. In 2003, we sold 10,500. So we make a lot of promotion, and we try to make this.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? No? Thank you for your presentations, and good luck with the World Indoor Championships. Mr. President.
Thank you, Tom. My friends, now we move on agenda item 20, group discussion part.
Okay, so I think you all understood the system of the colors on the accreditation card. So we will have the yellow group now going to room number 4 for the social media, so they can follow Marcos and Chris like yesterday. If Marcos and Chris can get ready to leave the room. Then we will have room number 5 is the orange-red labels, who will go on strategic development, and so they follow Lars on the right side of the room. We'll let the first 2 groups leave, because otherwise it will be... Yes, one thing before leaving, lunch will be exactly the same place as yesterday, next door. So as soon as you finish with your group, you can go for lunch, and we expect you to be going to your second group. After lunch, you will go to the room where you haven't been yet. That's the easiest, so everyone remembers. Okay? And that will be at 2 o'clock after lunch, and then at 3 o'clock we expect you all back in the hall. So, we ask the yellow group to go to room number 4, orange-red to room number 5. And I don't see many people moving. Okay, so the yellow and the orange labels should leave now, and then you can have lunch in 1 hour. And then you will do, and then at 3 o'clock after the last rotation, we want you to be back here. And we will have a staff member coming to help you to make sure you'll find the right room after lunch. And at 3 o'clock we will be back here. So all the yellow and orange reds have left the room. So then we should have green, which will go to room number 7 on development and Olympic solidarity. So the green, they will go with Pascal. Pascal is in the front. And they will go to the number 7 room. And then the last one, the blue group, should be the only ones left in the Congress Hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nottingham Building.
Okay, I think now we are more or less okay. So of course for our guest committee members, You can choose the room you want to stay, or you can also do other activities. It's only up to you to decide what you wish to do. Okay, then we will leave the room here ready for Juan Carlos and Eric.
Good start.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Coffee and Beer Society RPDB National Grand Final here at Fabulous. Wollerton Hall, Nottingham. We are about to begin our first